Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to Algodo tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And Wolf.
It's so stupid. I love how you just always try. You always try.
I try so hard.
Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. This is episode 123. So right after 122, if you didn't know, and, wow, it's like, what is it, March already? I mean, the year is flying by. We see Alex there in the live chat. Thanks for coming out.
It's crazy.
Haven't seen him in a minute, but yeah, like we're already, I mean, what is that? There's 12 months of a year. So we're already 1/6. We're already 1/6 through the year. And I feel like I literally just woke up in January like yesterday. So, year's flying by there. Couple random things. So just a funny thing. I don't know if any of you can help me with this, but there's this comment. Okay, there's this guy for the YouTube channel that I work for, with Hot Wheels racing and stuff. So I do broadcasting for that channel, puts the races up. I make it interesting, I guess, with the broadcasting. There's always this guy that comments on those videos who's like, and he's doing it for like a year, like pretty consistently for a year on most videos. He asks us to put his Le Mans team in the, like, I guess he has a vision for another team of 8 cars. Usually it's a team of 8 cars. So he always says comments. He's like, put in my Le Mans team into your next video. And it like spelled LEMAN, and like he's never made any sense. Like I've asked him in the comments like many times now, what is a Le Mans team? And he just starts naming random cars. I'm like, what does Le Mans mean? What does that mean? And he keeps saying it. So, I just thought it was hilarious because he keeps doing it. And like, so what happened was, the guy who runs the Races and Fun channel that I work for, still don't like the name, by the way, but, maybe he'll change it one day. He always like does the thing where the channel owner thing where he hearts all the comments, because you can heart comments. So like specifically that the person who made the video likes your comment. I don't know why I had to really explain that, but that's how YouTube works. So he always hearts all the comment or most of the comments. So this guy, like he's like pouring out his guts about this Le Mans team. He's like, please put this in. Here's my idea. Here's the thing, for like the last 8 months. And his comment is always hearted, meaning that the guy who runs the channel sees and reads the comment and just ignores it. So then he starts saying, I see you hearting my comment. Why won't you respond about my Le Mans team? I want my Le Mans team in the next video. Please, here's the cars. Super Hot Wheels 4 Racing Stripe Red, Camaro G17 Black. This needs to be in the next video. And it just keeps hearting the comment and not responding. And like, it's just so stupid. I still don't know what a Le Mans Drizel, it's funny.
Le Mans, France in 1970. It's a film about a racer named follows Michael Delaney, played by Steve McQueen, a Porsche driver haunted by the memory of an accident. So maybe that's what that's referring to.
Maybe it's like the cars from that show.
Because I'm seeing on the posters like the red, white, and blue striping style. Like they see their car.
I just made things up. I don't know if what I said is actually what he's saying. I have to pull up the. Oh, we have the Chrome. I'm gonna pull up his recent comment.
The Steve there's the Steve McQueen 20 car. It's sky blue with like orange stripe going down the middle.
All right, we're going here. I think it was this video where he freaked out. It was like we're gonna find it. We're gonna find the comment. Good video.
It's actually a
Look
sick-
at this. I'm
that's a
actually
sick car.
That's on Chrome. So, in all caps, is my Le Mans team going to be in next tournament or not? I was asking you it so many times and you didn't answer me. You saw my comments on another videos, but you didn't answer the question. You just like every comment, but you don't answer them. And this comment is hearted by Races and Fun. And I just said, what's a Le Mans team? And then he says, at Brendan, 24 hours, Grupo 24, Electrac, Porsche 917 LH. I guess that's from what you said. High-Tech Missile, Red Escape, Orange Escape, Porsche 911 GT1. I don't know. I guess that's from the show or something. I don't... It's just... He keeps on with it. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, like I'm looking at the cars that he had, and like they're actually kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand that like this channel's a big channel, and he can't just... What reason does he have to specifically put this guy's team in, you know? I don't understand. And he doesn't understand that this guy just doesn't care. Like he's making his content. People like his content. He's not going to cater for this one thing. I mean, if he really liked that Le Mans movie, then he probably would have already put the team in. I guess. I don't.
Yeah, it seems like it's. I don't see it's based on anything that's actually real. As far as I'm aware, it's all a fictional story.
Yeah. No. It's probably just the cars in the movie that he's saying. Well, probably real cars, just not real.
No, the cars are real, but like I think like I'm trying to figure out if this Le Mans, if this movie is about an actual story or not.
Oh, you mean based on a true story?
Yeah, based on a true story. I don't see it saying that it is.
Le Mans team.
24-hour. Yeah, it's apparently about a 24-hour endurance race, so that's probably where the 24 comes from.
Oh, okay. I just love how he always calls it my Le Mans team. Like this is my team. I own this team and I want you to use it. Instead of like, oh, I have this idea based on this show, you should use it. Like it's just the way he words it every time is just so funny. And like this comment like exists on like I think 40 other of this guy's videos. It's so funny.
Yeah, you can't select Michael Delaney as a name, so I guess it's not based on a real thing. Michael Delaney is not a real person.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I don't know. You can go look at all the... Literally, pick a Races and Fun video from the last year. You'll probably have a comment of that sort on one of them. Like, one of the first couple you randomly choose. I'm also excited for Mario Kart 9. I'm not Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 8 DLC coming out. 48 new tracks coming out in sets of 8 over the next...
That's so many, dude.
2 years. So the next 2 years, which I'm excited about. And I'm getting back into it. I'm going to start streaming Mario Kart now. I have one goal in Mario Kart, just whenever I can. I want to break one world record. One track world record. Only one. There's going to be so many courses to choose from to be 96. And I only want to be one of 96 top of the leaderboard. So good luck to me, I guess, on that. But it's going to be hard. And I haven't picked a track yet. I'm kind of just learning techniques for speedrunning. I might end up going with like Shy Guy Falls or something like that. Because I really like... There's a big precision thing on Shy Guy Falls, that course. So that kind of works to the skills I have like from Geometry Dash, which is very much precision based. And I have that kind of patience to build it up. As opposed to something that's a lot more about just going crazy spam drifting the whole time. That would be not as fun for me. So I like things that have like... You succeed if you're precise. So that's the news I have for this week. Le Mans and Mario Karts. All car-based comments.
All car-based. Well, for me, I got some... I'll start with... I have a little bit of a downer story and a little bit and a pretty positive one. I'll start with the downer one.
Start with the downer! Sorry.
It's okay.
And then go to the positive.
I wanted to basically use my oven for the first time, and like I have some Hershey's cocoa. On the back of it, it lists a recipe to make the Hershey's perfect chocolate cake. So I wanted to use that for the first time, and like the cake kind of turned out alright, but I get to make the icing too. And every time I put in the exact amount of butter and cocoa, but it just kept on like solidifying instead of staying liquid to then make the frosting. So I basically had to eat a frostingless cake. It was so dry. It smells good, so maybe I can try like ice cream, make like a lava cake. I can try to maybe salvage my horrible mistake.
Oh my god!
But the worst mistake though was I thought you needed to clean the oven after every use, and like ovens come with a clean mode. Basically, it just blasts a lot of heat to burn away everything. And I ran that for a bit. It was like 4 hours. Like, okay, but like after 2 hours, the smell of burning filled the room so much, and my eyes were watering even when they were closed, no matter what room I was in. So I had to turn it off, and then I was like up for like an hour and a half waiting for it to leave my room enough. Like I opened all my windows, turned on all my fans, but like it took forever just so I could actually fall asleep.
Waff, man, I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, I mean, like in my family's house, like I've seen the clean cycle run, but I guess because it's a big house that it never gets that bad. But in my small apartment, it flooded everywhere, and it's just like, this is horrible. Dude, what am I doing?
Dude, it's just, yeah, but like you're not a dumb guy. You know the clean cycle in the oven, it just heats up a lot more. You still need to like clean the stuff out. It's like
well, there wasn't actually anything on it. Like it was completely clean. That nothing spilled in it. I just thought that like to get rid of bacteria for some reason you needed to do, which I guess it does because bacteria can't survive extreme heats either. But like I'd only used it once.
What was burning then?
I think it's just the smell of the heaters going up to max or something, and maybe the labels outside of the insulation. I think some of them started peeling, so maybe that was it too. I don't know, man.
You should have just cleaned it out with some like water or something. I don't know.
I didn't need to clean it all. Apparently, you need to clean like every 3 months, I guess. But like I don't ever use it, so I never needed to before.
Well, if you never cease to amaze me, buddy.
Same here, dude. It was I never have cooked something so terribly before. Like it was just so many horrible things just happened and back to back.
Before you get to your positive story, Alex, not gonna lie, I think that's what the NGL stands for, says, that's his username. He says, "Have you heard of the new Cars TV show?" I have not.
I have not.
But that cues me to give you a list of the upcoming shows this year that I'm excited for. So you guys, like, if you guys are looking for new shows to watch, just like maybe start these, because these are all shows that I've loved forever. Loved since I started watching them, and then like there's new seasons coming out this year, or they're just coming out for the first time this year. So I'm just gonna read them off. Help you guys out if you guys are searching. Obviously, I also always keep up with Family Guy and American Dad because they're just silly. But Ozark is a good show. You should watch that. It's about like a drug cartel, and like the drug cartel. It's about a family that got involved with it, and now he has to keep laundering money, but it's like super stressful. But all the crazy hoops this family jumps into to stay alive is ridiculous. Only Murders in the Building. That season's coming out like mid-year, so I'm excited. Next season. Star Wars, they had Book of Boba Fett. I think that's the name, Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
I'm excited to watch that. I haven't gotten around to it. Cuphead has a show now, so I'm definitely going to hit that at some point. House of the Dragon, for those Game of Thrones fans. Got to get on that. It's a prequel thing coming out sometime this year. Our Flag Means Death. I wrote that down. Oh yeah, that I just saw like a trailer for that, and it looked just so silly that it was. I gotta check out one episode. Try that, or The Secrets of Dumbledore, which is like I think it's Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them movie 3. So I would watch.
I haven't seen any of the Fantastic Beasts movies.
They're good. I like them. But that being said, there are my show recommendations. Yeah, the intro's going long, but that's because we don't have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, this is honestly going to be a lot of just like Wolf and Brendan hanging out. Yeah. For me, I guess my shows I'm actually looking forward to is
no, but then do the positive story. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, of course, I won't forget about that. But like, what shows I'm watching right now are Demon Slayer season 2, which has been out for a while.
Anime.
Hey, anime is really popular now. It's actually more mainstream than it's ever been.
Don't even talk about anime.
Well, Demon Slayer season 2 is good. It's been out for a while, but it's just being recently dubbed, so enjoy that. And then I'm also watching Attack on Titan's final season.
Oh, anime again! Come on, man. Any real shows? Sorry, I'm offending all the anime people out there. I'm so sorry, guys. I actually haven't watched any anime, so I shouldn't talk at all about what I think about it.
Oh my god. Judge it before you actually watch it. We watch marbles run across a screen, Brandon.
That's true. I should stop judging anybody's. Alex, I know what you meant by Cars. I just didn't know it was also a TV show. That might even be worth me checking out.
I think he was called. He was. That's the name of the show. I think Cars on the Road. I think, but he didn't capitalize all of it. I think that's what it is.
No, but isn't Cars a Pixar movie?
Yes.
This is relating to the Cars movie, right?
Yeah, the show's called Cars on the Road. It's a Disney Plus show.
Is it about like Lightning McQueen and stuff?
It seems like Lightning McQueen and Mater on the cover, so maybe it's like a road trip with Lightning and Mater.
Oh, that'll be worth checking out. He would kill you, Brendan. Dude, do you know how much I can deadlift, bro? No, I actually been like working out a lot more. Do you notice? I only see your head and your shoulders. That's it. No, but my shoulders are bigger, bro. So like I've been deadlifting because like I used to not deadlift at all, but I want to like build up legs and be proportional. But like so like dude, like I'm deadlifting 185 and that's free. Like that's like I can crack out any amount of reps on that. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Like I used to not even be able to deadlift. Like deadlift was such a weird motion for me. Long time ago, I used to not even be able to deadlift. Like, I literally, like, you put a 25 on each side, and I couldn't even do it. Like, I was like, how? This doesn't make any sense. But then, like, I learned the motion, and now I can do, like, yeah, 185 is free. I haven't tried to max, but I could probably get up into the high 200s if I was going for just one. Like, because one's not too hard, actually, to do. Because it's really just picking something up. Like, everyone overcomplicates it, but it's, no, yeah, like, I don't know what I have to do with what I was just saying before, but I just wanted to share that. That's what I wanted to share. I can deadlift a lot now. Oh, yeah, because Alex said his friend was going to kill me, and I was like, like anyone, like Alex's weeb friend could fight me, brah. No, he probably.
This is way like delayed, but like I'm finally reading Sergey's like comment in Discord, and I'm finally processing what he meant. Like 24 hours of Le Mans is an actual real life race. It's not just a movie. So the movie's based off of a real race, which like 24 hours of racing. How? I don't know how that works.
Dude, yeah, I can't even watch that much JMR.
So maybe that's what he means. Like he means the cars that are in those Le Mans races. Or Le Mans, or however. But anyway, back to
weird word.
It is like what is that? I don't know what it means.
Le Mans. I'm just gonna name this episode Le Mans.
Oh my gosh. But for me, my positive story is that there was a big old massive video essay made about Code Lyoko and like its sequels and stuff, and it's blowing up, at least for my standards. Like it's been gaining like 500 views a day recently. Like it's like currently at 3.8k views.
Wait, this is a video you made?
Yes.
Oh, good for you! Everyone clap it up for WAF coming up into 4,000 views soon.
And I think I started at Actually, was I? I think before I uploaded it, I was around 24 subscribers. I'm now at 71.
That's good.
And the video hasn't been up for it's only been up for since January 20th. So it's crazy.
Dude, listen, good for you, man. I hope that continues to grow. Maybe you're gonna take off as a YouTube channel there. Go sub to WAF if you haven't already. His name on YouTube is Commander WAF. Right?
Yeah, it just as it always has been. Yes.
Okay, good. Making sure. I figured. But yeah, I think that's all on my head for the intro. This intro is the longest intro by far. We're almost at 20 minutes.
Yes. Unless maybe you count the intro from episode 25, where you spent like maybe 12 minutes or something talking about the show. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, that might have been the longest one. So I'm gonna have to go check me out on that. Yeah.
RML this is 18 minutes. Never mind. This is the longest.
RML is beginning. RML. I will be sent a video this weekend. I will then produce commentary for said video, and RML will kick off content that will show for the next 10 weeks, week break, then 8 weeks. So we'll have a lot of Racing Marble League to come here. More lore being built. Bill continues to improve upon his video making, and in the fall, I think, is when we're finally going to get the team-based tournament out, which I'm excited for. But like things got really tough for Bill's life over the past few months. I think his father died, and he had some like stuff with the family. He had the Kickstarter he was working on that kind of fell through. So yeah, it's things have been tough, but he's He's coming back strong here with some content, so I'm hoping his channel continues to grow. Go subs to him. He's the future of Marble Sports, alongside JMR, so give him some attention there.
I mean, from everything I've heard about that's coming out, it sounds like he very well might be.
Yeah, so with that being said, that will bring us to the end of the intro. We're cresting 20 minutes here. But you know what? Again, this we're kind of very lacking on topics today, and that might be a topic of the show today. But
a topic of the lack of topics.
Yeah. We'll discuss that. So let's head to the news, and on the other side, we're talking. We'll hit some emails. I don't know if we have any for this week. Send emails in mswpodcast@gmail.com. Anything you want to say, but I get it. What is there to say? Right? I mean, there's nothing going on. No videos recently. I mean, who else are you really going to watch besides JMR? RML might come out. You might give them a shot. Who watches Fubeca? Who watches MNH Racing? Certainly I don't. I would delete that channel if I was given it. I wouldn't even try to use it. I would just be like, this is just not, can't happen anymore. Point being, JMR has been slow lately, so there may not be much to say from your guys' end, but we love your emails. We love to hear anything you got to say. Write in about your deadlift. I want to know about your deadlift. Serious.
Okay.
Why not? You can write in about it. You can write about anything. We like to interact with you guys. It makes us feel like, because again, like I've mentioned before, we have somehow, I have no idea why there's that group of people who continue to listen, but they do. There's like 200 people who every single week for 123 episodes continue to tune in shit. So, I mean, I'm just saying, y'all, we want to know y'all. We want to get to know y'all a little bit. Assignment. We're going to go with the site. Assignment for anyone who's listened to this podcast for more than 20 total episodes. If you have heard more than 20 total episodes of the MSW podcast, your assignment is to write in and just tell us something about yourself so that we know. We're like, wow, this person has listened for so long, and now we get to know about them. So that's your homework. If you don't do your homework, then I'm not going to use your Le Mans team in my next racing episode. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. You can also just comment on the YouTube video if you want to as well, though I don't check that as much. The emails are more personal there. Let's go to the news.
When's the homework due?
Homework due my next episode. No, 2 episodes. No, by episode 127, because I realize it's, timing and we release episodes late sometimes. So 127, when I record 127, no, 126th, because it's 123 now. 126, I have some substantial amount of emails from longtime listeners talking to us about whatever's in their head regarding anything. Anything. Like, what is your favorite color when you're feeling sad? It's a good question.
What?
Yeah, like what is your sad mood color? Like if you're sad on any particular day, what color do you resort to? Are you like a red sad or a blue sad or a gray sad, or a pink sad? That'd be weird.
I've never heard of this before.
I just made up the question. Orange sad. Thank you, Alex, for engaging with me. Alex says orange sad. You should email us that.
What's going on?
Yeah, this intro is about 25 minutes, so it's just the episode at this point. So let's go to the news on the other side there. We'll talk a little bit about marbles and let you guys go for the week.
Hello, Marble Sports fans! I'm Commander Wolf here with the Marble Sports Worldwide News. There's honestly not much to cover, so let's just get right through it. After much deliberation, JMR decided to redo some of the rounds from Marble ManiaX Event 5 to fix some of the issues with it. However, not much changed. The only differences were that Noxious Ivy and the Strixes swapped places, and the Blackjacks and Constrictors got a tiebreaker round. However, the Constrictors still ultimately won, so the end results of the event were the same. As a result, the only change to the final standings is that the Strixes were no longer tied for 3rd, and instead were now definitively at 5th. But the tiebreaker already put them at 5th to begin with, so this still doesn't change much other than that status. It's good to see the JMR is willing to take ownership of their mistakes and try to fix them, and we here at MSW hope that they've learned to be more vigilant in the future. That's all the news I have for you. I know it was short, but I'm glad you listened. I'm Commander Wolf. You are the best fans in the world. Let's kick it on back with the podcast.
All right, we are back from the news and the first half of the episode, I guess we have to call it at this point. We're gonna cover a couple things here before. I think Edu sent some sort of email here in Discord. He just had a lot of his thoughts. I don't know. I think these are his thoughts. He hasn't been clear, so I don't know. I think this is just him, something he would normally send in an email, but it's just in this text file for some reason. But we'll read Alex's email first there. So Alex writes in, he says, by the way, mswpodcast@gmail.com there. His subject being Nikocado Avocado. That's the subject.
Nikocado
Avocado.
Yeah.
He says, guess what? I'm happy boy now. My dad about to go to Mexico till June, all caps. So I get to stay with my grandma for a few months. Then I go to Mexico in June with my dad. Cool. I also make history videos now, but it's for middle schoolers. Okay. So I think he's meant schoolers, but don't rely on it to save you in history class in college, lol. Also, I wouldn't mind doing the news once or twice, but I have the 13-year-old boy voice there. So it might not be the best idea. I mean, I'll just be straight with y'all. Yeah, I mean, 13 is young for that. Unless your voice dropped quick already.
Oh yeah, I guess in regards to news, Johnny posted a video to his YouTube channel, so he's alive. He's still doing things.
He just doesn't care about us anymore. Though I wish he could have just been
I left a comment saying great video, glad to see you're all right, and he liked it. So I'm assuming that like he's got.
Then just message and say, hey, I just didn't want to do it anymore, and it's totally okay that I'm saying that because you guys weren't paying me anyway, and I just have the self-respect and decency to say that to you before I move on with my life. That takes 5 seconds. Look, I just said it. All he would have to do is now just tell me, yeah, I just meant to say that, and that's it, and he's done.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm way past being mad about it. Like this
I'm
point,
not mad, but if you bring it up to me, I'll get passionate. That's usually because I really am mad at nothing, but I'll get passionate on topics if they're brought into my vicinity.
Johnny, we love you. If you're listening to this, we love you,
dude,
and we hope you're doing good. Just communicate, please.
You did so much for us, dude, and we're not gonna be mad at you that you stopped. Of course not. We're gonna be like, hey man, we appreciate that you even did what you did for dude. I was in high school when you started working for me.
That's crazy.
I barely knew how to drive. I barely did most of the things I do for myself now when you guys started. Life is so different for me. I am in a different state. I'm thousands of miles from where I lived when you started. So I mean, come on, man. You did so much. We'd never be mad, but we would have liked the communication. Yeah. Finishing this email. Well, I know you are busy mibsters, the term for people who play marbles competitively. Really? That's the word they had to get? Jesus. Anything else, man? Maybe savage speeders instead. I would like to be called a savage speeder, but that means marble player. I don't know. So I will vanish, close your eyes, and then open them again, and they will be gone. What is my humor? That's how he ends the email. Thanks, Alex, for writing in. Dude, enjoy Mexico, man. Mexico sounds like fun. It's also really hot down there, so don't forget sunscreen. All the time it's hot there. So I do... Yeah, I do. What I'm saying is, did you write this? Did you write this forecast? I'm assuming you did. So I think Adu wrote something here, forecasting for Marble League expansion. So we're going to see what he has to say here. He says, I already said a few things about the Extreme Series attempt out there, but I want to have a different focus this time how the new team's performances affect the ML expansion slots. All new teams came from taking the full top 4 after Event 4 to being not so hot in the final standings. Strixes and Ivy fell behind. I know. It's a shame. The Constrictors were good and ended in second. Though I will say, some of that can be attributed to that fidget spinner's collision. Wow. Let me retry that. That fidget spinner collision was not very good of an event. The Constrictors were good and ended in second, but needed a very convincing win to have a chance to kit clash. Okay. The purple...
I've never heard of that before.
I don't know. The Purple Rockets were the true standout team, champions with no golds and pure consistency, building a margin so comfortable they still had 2 points of advantage after finishing the tournament with a goose egg. The biggest disappointment was the Blackjacks there, who had a draw for silver and diving and nothing more. Lame from Leman from a team that's stupid, who still have more experience over most rivals. So who has the best chances to come back in the 2022 showdown? My conclusion is Purple Rockets, hot choice, obvious choice, I would say. They were very good, and they're purple. True. No doubt that they're the best fit from the Marble ManiaX set, even though the name sucks. I was hoping for a better name. Blackjacks, lukewarm choice. Even though they were poor, fan demands may still carry them to the league. If it'll be enough, I don't know. 2 all-new plus another retired team, or 3 all-new teams. I don't see much future for the other squads. They'll probably be left in the fridge.
The fridge.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree at all. I don't think that they're going to just be done with the Strixes or something like that. I mean, Strixes did amazing for a couple events. Yeah. Yes, Ahmed, I agree. Strixes are too unique to not come back. Noxious Ivy is too unique to not come back.
I found out Kit Clash is when like the 2 opposing teams have 2 similar uniforms. So I think it's referring to like how the Shining Swarm it was similar to the ball bearings and caused scoring problems. Gotta wait for Brendan. Gotta wait for Brendan. Gotta wait for Brendan. Waiting for Brendan to come back to the show. Da 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 ba ba da ba da ba da ba da da ba ba da. Da da ba ba da ba 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 da da ba 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 ba.
I don't know what filler you chose to go with, but definitely write down a timestamp because I had to.
No problem. I'll just re-say what I did in case you didn't hear it. Basically, Kit Clash is when 2 team uniforms are so similar to each other that it's hard to tell them apart. And I think that's referencing how the Shining Swarm looked very similar to ball bearings.
Oh, Constrictors. Constrictors are very similar to Bumblebees, I guess.
Well, the Bumblebees weren't in the competition. I think they're referring to like how Constrictors face against the Shining Swarm, right?
No, he's talking about how the Constrictors in Marble League would Kit Clash with the Bumblebees, right?
Well, no, like you said, like he's like it was about the results of MMX and like how.
No, he's talking about what teams are going to be in the ML expansion slots.
But above though, well, like see, the Constrictors were good and ended in a second, but needed a very convincing win to have a chance due to a Kit Clash. Like so,
the Constrictors were good and ended second, but needed a very convincing win to have a chance to get into ML expansion spot because of a Kit Clash, which would be with the Bumblebee.
Oh, okay, maybe. Oh, okay. So you're right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, and he says, yeah. So, good job, Waff. Episode 123 in the.
I literally okay, dude. Don't you do this to me. This is a weird episode.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He sent that to BGBT. Yeah, they've been recording more. I mean, they're at 103. I feel like they're just trying to make more episodes so they can catch up to us and have more episodes. Like I feel like they're doing that.
But at the rate they're going, BGBT will have more episodes than us. We will just be longer running than them by far, an entire year,
and still more based, and still more analytical. But I love those guys anyway.
That part's true.
Yeah, that part is thanks. Even Waff says it's true. All right, so okay, that's gonna wrap up those emails. Well, Waff, I guess I'll let you start just so you can kind of say, really get into what you wanted to say regarding this.
Like thoughts about who's making.
No.
Oh, the re-release, or do you want to talk about like what Eju said at the end there, like what we think?
I think he's wrong. I think that that they're bringing Noxious Ivies and Strixes back, maybe Constrictors, but definitely Strixes. That he's coming back. I think that Blackjacks will kind of hang around. I think
they brought him back.
I mean,
so
obviously,
they would take him out again.
there's no complaints with the Pinkies Balls of Chaos. They did terrible, but they're gonna come. I mean,
Yeah.
Why do you think they made the new teams? Right? I mean, I think. Listen, if they make a new team again, maybe one, but that's it. No more than that. They'll come in with like real teams. Okay, they're coming with the teams they made. Sorry, not real teams. The teams that they just made, they'll come with. I don't see why they would not. I don't think it would even be based. I know. I'm just saying Balls of Chaos is a given. But I don't see any I don't see any reason it would be based on performance. I don't see any reason because what you're saying is that you're saying there would have been a different outcome for the filling of the expansion spots had the Strixes performed a lot better and got first themselves. And then Purple Rockets didn't get first. So now then the outcomes of filling the expansion will look different. I don't think that's the case. I think the plan was to get a couple of these teams into the expansion out the gate. And they made them just to kind of maybe gauge fan appreciation. Maybe they'll put all 4 in. Who knows? I don't know. But I do know that they're probably not going to make another set of 4 new teams. Or even 2. Probably 1 tops. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Black Jackets were brought back. There's no way they're just going to take them out again. And Purple Rockets has been asked for so long. They're definitely going to stay in. I don't know. The last... He says 3 more, but I feel like I thought there's only 2 more slots after that. I thought there was only 4 teams added to Showdown, not 5. So I don't know 4. It's okay. So yeah, if it's 2, I would say it's gonna be someone from MMX, but there's no telling. There's honestly no telling.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I might be right, but I just I lean away from that. But yeah, Waff, introduce the re-release. What do you have to say about it? What do you want to talk? Because we discussed it before, and basically, I was like, "Come on, guys!" I mean, that was just a good way to cap off a very messy performance as far as running a tournament. I will say a lot of creativity in Marble ManiaX that got overshadowed because people got upset at all the mistakes, but that was a shitty way to cap it off. All those errors.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Come on. You guys should be veterans now at being able to check the videos and understand what the scoring of your own event is. But we'll let Waff more introduce this.
Yeah, so it was weird first because Minos Philactos made a Reddit post but saying that they decided they actually weren't going to do the re-release immediately after announcing they would, so that they could live with the mistake and serve as a reminder. But then a few days later, they then immediately okay, hey, we're gonna redo it anyways. It's like, well, what the heck? Just I wanted you to do the re-release, but stop flip-flopping on it.
Yeah, I mean they have conflicting members of their staff. The ideas there they don't all go together. All the people that work there do not all go together. And sometimes that balances well, or sometimes it just creates a goddamn mess like it does with JMR. Back there is a lot of opinions that just are, you can't even always trust what they're saying, because they're I feel like the next day they're going to come out and say, oh no, instead we're just going to do this. And they do that a lot. They flip-flop a lot. It's too much for a YouTube channel that's running a sport, where a sport's supposed to have a predictable schedule. How often do they delay? I know sometimes they delay for sickness and whatnot, but sometimes they delay for no reason. Sometimes they delay for a very weak reason. Sometimes they just change their opinion. Oh, we're going to just do the rest of Marble Rally next year for some reason. I mean, there's too much dysentery. Is that the word, dysentery, in between the members of the
dissonance, maybe, or
just whatever, yeah, something like that. It's the word for just they're not on the same wavelength. They're not on the same wavelength there. Where even though they're all going to have different opinions, they don't come out on the same wavelength from those opinions and work through them. They're all working on different levels, and that makes what you see. I mean, Minos, and then saying one thing, and then they change their mind, and they change their mind again. I mean, come on, that can't happen. Over something as simple as what are we going to do, a re-release or not? I mean, that should not even be one that's hard to come up with a finality on. So I mean, I feel like me and Waff and 3 random members of my Discord server that haven't even listened to the show in years could be more final. I don't want to pronounce that wrong. Final on a decision. Alex, okay, I got that word wrong then, man. I didn't know what the word was. Dissonance, I think, is what I was going for. some. It's funny.
I didn't hear you say dysentery.
No, I just dysentery. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? But like, yeah, I feel like we could make a decision quicker. Like, just like the 4 people in this live call right now could make a more final decision than they can on certain things. I don't know. I'm just pointing out that there is a little bit of what is the word? What is the word for when the wavelengths don't line up and they make a weird sound?
I think it's dissonance, because dissonance in music refers to 2 different sounds that do not work well together.
Yeah. Okay, then that's what I mean. They're not on the same wavelength. So dissonance is the word I'm looking for, and let's call it more organizational dissonance.
Yeah, and according to EG, apparently some of the key members of the JMA quit recently.
That's so funny. I mean, sorry, I love JMR, but that's so freaking funny. JMA was like the bounce back from the JMRC, and there are already people quitting. That's so... I'm sorry. Come on. You're running a Marble Sports channel. I do a podcast about it like basically every week, and even I don't take it that seriously. Like, I mean, come on, this is simple. I'm not saying putting on the production is simple. I'm saying deciding whether to do a re-release, getting like people who love your channel to stay on the committee about the channel. Come on, guys.
It's ridiculous, honestly. Like, there was something interesting about, like, talking about the change in results. They did a tiebreaker round between the Blackjacks and the Constrictors because they tied originally, or they would have tied if they counted the score right. The Constrictors still ended up winning by 1 point, so they went on, and the end result is exactly the same. The only thing that was different was that the Strixes and Noxious Ivy swapped places, and the only thing that changed in the overall results is that Noxious Ivy no longer was tied or the Strixes were no longer tied for third, so they lost 1 point. So it didn't end up changing anything in the end. By like really much aside from that.
From the Strix's perspective, now what you're saying they're 4th now. I mean, that's a big deal to fall off podium.
Well, they're not 4th. There was a 3-way tie for 3rd.
Another 2nd or 5th?
They are 5th.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 5th to 3rd? Are you kidding? I mean, come on, you have to get that right the first time.
Yeah, it sucks, but like it is what it is. I mean, they technically speaking, they got the same place from the tiebreaker as they would before, so like their actual position officially didn't change. It's just like there's still that caveat, like, well, we may have placed 5th, but we tied for 3rd.
Yeah,
listen,
but I'm saying that they have to be careful. Okay, they have to be careful how they're running the organization. They have to be careful. I don't know what they're saying to the committee people that are making them leave. I don't like. It should totally not be hard to keep those people on board. Those are people who love your content. Why would they not stick around? What are you doing to causing them to be like, all right, never mind? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of can figure it out based on from what we learned from Deont that episode.
Yeah, but I just like to be incredulous sometimes because I'm just incredulous around this channel. Hey, listen, Racing Marble League. That guy's the nicest guy I've ever met. Guy will listen to any idea you have, and you know what? He'll even implement your ideas. So, I mean, come on. We have to build Marble. We can't give up on Marble Sports just because JMR is being kind of stupid. Go to Arno.
When I was watching the re-release, I don't know if it was because I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't notice the round where like the left fidget spinner wasn't spinning from the get-go, so maybe they redid that one too. But for a lot of the events rounds seemed like they were almost exactly the same. So I feel like, I guess maybe they think they redid the first rounds, and then once things ended up being the same way, they just used the same old footage. Because like the round where like the pinkies flew out in the crowd, that was the same. Although I noticed this kind of throughout the video, but it wasn't until that moment where I realized, like, yeah, they completely re-recorded all of the commentary. Greg Woods did, and he does a good job of actually playing it like he's not seeing it for the first time here. Yeah. Like, he mentions something that he did before, which is like, like equipment flew into the stands as well, along with a pinky. But then I watched it back. It's like it wasn't equipment. There was a second pinky marble who also flew into the crowd, and no one noticed it. And maybe they didn't want to mention it because it's like, well, we never showed a scene of them going to the infirmary. So it's like, what do we do here?
That's actually great. It's crazy how much. Welcome to the live chat, Sasuke boy. It's crazy how much you like, even for Greg's perspective, you'll miss. You know, because like that's something nobody really caught the first time watching through. Isn't that crazy? I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of funny though. The Pinkies are just you root for them. You root for them because of that. Like, come on.
Poor Pinkies, man.
They're gonna have their year. They're gonna come back one time, and they're gonna like just be really good one year, and we're all gonna be like just not even able to fathom it, blown away. That's bananas. The Pinkies gonna run through and win one time. The Limers, Pinkies and the Limers are gonna have their year together. I bet they'll have the year together. In like 5 years, both of them will do really good. The Limers will obviously not win because they'll get second because the Pinkies are also having a good year. Pinkies will get their first win ever. It will be a glorious time. That's my prediction.
That would be one heck of a year. That would certainly be interesting. I don't know what I would think of that, honestly.
Me neither. But that's all I have to say on this. If you have nothing else, we should just quickly cover RML, and then we'll probably come to the end here.
Yeah, I guess so. This is probably one. This might actually. I mean, the intro took up a lot of time, but this might indeed be an under 1 hour episode.
It might be. I mean, we're Oh yeah, it could be. It could be. Well, Super Yak was supposed to send us trivia, so we'll see. Because that would bring it over. But I mean, you guys know. See, that's the thing is we're talking about it, but you guys like already know by like looking at the time left in the episode how long we go, which is really cool to me. Like it's cool to me that like the other people hearing my voice, or like the people who are on the other side of this, just listening to me right now in this moment, already know when this ends. I don't even know when this ends. This might go another 20 years. I don't know when this ends, but you do. You know if this is like towards the last thing I'm gonna say, or if this is like, no, we still got a chunk left here and he's just rambling. Like, it's crazy that you know and I just don't even, there's no way for me to know like what time could it be that we're gonna end. So exactly, like anything could happen. Anything, like look at the time left in the show. I don't know how much time it is, like I said, but anything could happen in that time.
Indeed.
So with that being said, Waff, RML, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on RML for, and then I'll give you some background information on what the year looks like, because I had a talk with Bill for a while. But what are your thoughts going on?
Well, from everything that I've heard and everything I've seen in the announcements and stuff, I'm kind of interested, like, just of course another season of the RML races, but also like something like I don't even know if there's an official name for it yet, but like Marble style competition. I think that'd be pretty cool. And
so excited! I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be fall when it comes out.
Fall. Wow. Okay, lots of production time then. But the most recent news I heard about was that there's actually gonna be a lore initiative, like to actually give the competitors some actual history. I read like a draft from Eju that he posted. I'm not sure if it's actually official or if it's like a submission. But I'm impressed so far. It even mentions like the fruit circuit. So like it seems like at least Eju is trying to connect this into the same universe.
What
Zilla.
A goat! Edu, keep it up, buddy. Yes, connect the two worlds, my man. Please initiate that into the lore. I might even because I run the Discord server. Actually, I'm just not super active there. I might even go in and just give you head of lore, just so that you can kind of inspire other people to also include JMR-related things. Connect the two worlds. I want you to make sure that's happening when other people write the lore. Or I might even just go in and say that to the people who feel like writing lore, because that's I want to see that connection. I want to build that world within RML.
I mean, I will say, like try not to like maybe push it too hard, because then like it might just start becoming like it's Marble
Easter
Earth,
eggs,
but
Easter eggs, like, little hints of JMR in there. Just because, like, the theory here is that it's all one world, all marbles, even the stupid ones that race for MNH's dumb fad races. They're all part of the same world.
I don't know if he can include MNH's because he's got like the COVID race and stuff.
Yeah,
remember?
His marbles are dumb. That's all. His marbles are like chose the wrong life path. They're like, his marbles go to like community college for marbles, and then like,
oh my god,
like that's MNH. It's like still racing, but it's just No, I'm just kidding. I actually think community college is not a bad thing. I think it's like actually a faster way usually to get a degree. So it's pretty smart. So like what would it be? No, his marble is just. I don't like M&H. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't like them. I think all their content is bad.
I haven't watched enough of the recent content to actually get an informed opinion. I watched like they did like one version of the the treadmill racing fad that really hit recently. And I thought like, okay, you know what, this is actually kind of interesting because like he has like obstacles going in there, but then he had these really silly childish sound effects and very childish jokes, clearly pandering to the fact that he's probably got all a huge young audience, and it's like
no one watches his videos anymore.
Okay, I think there was even a fart sound effect. I might have been wrong. This guy's
an idiot. M&H Racing.
Oh, are we doing this?
M&H Racing, dude. He doesn't deserve any of those subs, man. No, yeah, he doesn't get a ton of views anymore. He gets, and see, the guy's a nice guy. Like I've seen the guy talk like this in his video. Like he's a nice guy. I just don't like his content, man. Oh my god, he had a 1 million view video a month ago. But then it's like normally, oh wow, it does fluctuate. He has like usually under 10K, but sometimes it's just like 150. Of course, the Squid Game fad he went off of got 150K on that, but then 47K for Hot Wheels Marble Water Track. I can't, and his commentary, in my opinion, is not super stimulating. So it's just, it bothers me.
I will say while some of the wording of the commentary I didn't like, I actually thought like he had way more emotion than he did in the old videos we watched like a year ago. Like he's actually improving as a commentator. It's just that like he's pandering to his audience, which like admittedly is not necessarily his fault for getting. That's just what ended up happening. But at the same time, maybe he kind of is his fault because he picked very clicky topics for his races all the time. So it's like, what do you expect?
I don't know. He might have gotten a little better at commentary. I just don't. I can't. As a more pure Marble Sports guy, I just can't.
Yeah.
Like when you have videos out on the internet, like Funnel Collision from Marble ManiaX, or Racing Marble League tournament racing with custom made tracks, and the YouTube algorithm instead posts solar system race with country marbles or whatever the hell he does. It just makes me sad every time. Because he's just using the tracks you can buy online, the dumb 5-year-old marble tracks. Like it's not even not creative at all. Sad.
And you know what? I think MNH might still have comments, but maybe he's not labeled this. But it's possible maybe his videos are considered made for kids, and to a certain degree. If there's comments, then it's not.
I don't know. I'm not. I already X'd off his channel. I'm not going back for another year. one year buffer. Yeah, but RML announcements for RML. RML plan for this. This is the plan. Hopefully, it works out. Plan for this year is the next 10 weeks, starting I think Saturday, are going to be tryouts in A League. So that's going to unfold. Then there's going to be a week or two break. Then the next 8 will be the B League, the Challenger League, he calls it. And so that will all percolate. We still got to work out structure for that cycle, that like water cycle, whatever you want to call it, of marbles trickling through the tryouts, through the A League, into the B League, back to tryouts. It's all like a cycle there. So I always think of the water cycle when people say cycle, because that's the first... Remember that was the first cycle I was ever taught. It was like the water comes down from the clouds, goes into the water, ocean, and then it evaporates and goes back up into the clouds. That's what RML is. It's a water cycle. But, no, yeah, so we still have to work that out, but that's the plan for this year. And then in the fall, so like a month or so after, then he's going to hit us with a 12 event. I believe it's going to be 12, maybe 10, but probably 12, with 20 teams. We might edit that now that we have more time, because I might want to get it down to 16, because even though 16 does equals JMRs, the events are way different than JMR, and 16 is honestly a lot better to work with than 20. 20 is so hard to make brackets for, because there's always going to be a bye team, like when it's 3 left or something. I don't like it, so I might try to whittle that down to 16, but just have a short qualifiers before, to so we can know what teams are possibly involved. No matter. But that's going to be all worked on. So I'm really excited for this year, and I'm hoping this is the year that RML continues to grow and kind of come out of its shell a little bit, so that he'll keep making content because it's fun. But yeah, like I just so for what he's doing as a channel, getting people to send in their marbles. Yeah, they'll pay to get their marbles sent in, but they pay, comes in, he races their marbles, he lets them have the name they want, even make a logo if they want to. I go along with it, even if I think the name is not so great. Someone tried to name their marble Arrow Frog, like from Fubeca Season 1 Marble Circuits, and I said no to that. I was like, Bill, that's not happening. That if you want that, then you'll have a silent video, no commentary. So no, I didn't say that to him, but I was like, please no. But like most names, I let go by.
I will say, like, I'm really like excited to see more channels like stepping up to the plate of like advancing the world, and like, because like we made this channel, it's called Marble Sports Worldwide, and while we like, and like it hasn't been as worldwide as we would like it to be, just because there's not been as much content to discuss, and it's nice to see more channels doing this stuff. And like, heck, even Fubeca, like I watched one circuit race recently to see, and like I will admit, there is a little bit of strange enjoyment, like a feeling like almost nostalgia, because it hasn't been long enough to really be nostalgic, but like I do have some slight fond memories from marble circuits, and I actually put them in the scroll text for the news at one point because there was a long segment and I needed to find something. It's like, you know what? I'll do this. I don't know if maybe someday Fubeca can make it back on in terms of main conversation. Possibly. At least for me. I don't know.
We'll see. Probably not for me, just because as much as I know it was my decision to step down from working for him, I always feel like that was a job I should have had, and it should not. And there was so much drama surrounding that thing that caused me to step down. And also, I was also not getting paid what I should have been. It was, and I wasn't getting listened to. So it was like, I mean, it was a good initial experience. It got me to where I am now with the other work I have. It kind of was a bummer, that whole experience and how that ended. So I don't know if I can really then be super excited about it. I'm rooting for the guy who's commenting now because he's not even that bad. To be honest, he reminds me of me when I kind of first started, my first few months out into it. You know, just getting.
He's doing a good job. I like him.
He reminds me. This is what he's to me. He sounds like me during season 1 of Racing Marble League, where like I kind of had some foothold on how to do it, but I still was kind of working through how I really wanted to approach the races, because he does get a little bit basic sometimes in his wording. I did listen to one, and just like sometimes he'll, for like a while, it's like a minute or so, it will just be kind of different ways of saying, and he passed him, and then he passed him, and then, oh, but he's coming back and he's going to pass him again. And like, you know, I mean, obviously it's better to have that than nothing. Commentary, right. You know, commentary, especially when you try to work towards where Greg's at, which I try every time, but it'll be a long, long road. It's about building that story where it's not just pointing out who's passing who, but like really building that suspense of like, you know, Crimson Lady, undefeated, you know, where's that going to factor in? Or what marble did we have that started towards the back, and how is he working his way through the pack right now? Or what kind of like dissonance, to bring that word back, do we have between racers on the track right now? So and then you reference previous stats to bring an interest to that aspect of it, and that building that story. So I feel like that comes with time. That comes with time where you're really comfortable with with the talking over the sport, and then you like try to build from the outside. So good luck to him, though. Yeah. Good luck to him. I hope Fubeca fails, but I hope he doesn't. Sorry.
I forgive Fubeca a long time. At the very least, maybe Fubeca might make it on as an actual part of the news segment, like main point.
Just because, you know, he's around. We can't ignore him, you know? Just like you can't ignore Russia right now, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
jeez.
Shit.
You're not right. But yeah, his production quality is high. Even though I may not personally enjoy his competitions as much, especially when it's the country races, I can't deny that there is some quality there.
Yeah. No. Okay. I mean, can't deny that. But I think RML is the future second place for marble sports. We'll see how it goes. Anything can happen. Like I said, I don't know. Remember I said anything can happen. Anything can happen. I haven't said anything yet.
Anything can happen. Yeah, that's true.
All marbles could all disappear tomorrow morning, and then just I don't know. Anything could happen.
The Thanos snap is back.
Yes.
Yellow's snapping his fingers again.
But that's all I have. So let's end the show. We'll have to check us out now.
Oh, we're just gonna. Oh, shoot.
We're just going out now.
We're just going out now. No RetRollSpectives or anything.
No, I did not prepare a RetRollSpective. As much as I love Synth, I forgot about that, and I don't have any trivia from the Super Yak there. Because I think he got busy right during the show. Oh no, he's here in the call. So if he has questions, we'll do them.
Well, guys, while we're waiting for that, you did the RetRollSpective on the Midnight Wisps several episodes ago, before I actually got a chance to read it. So I guess I'm gonna give my thoughts on it real quick.
Drop your thoughts, and then if Trivia Yak still hasn't gotten to the trivias, then we'll get out of here.
Well, I remember like you mentioned one of your favorite things was like how the Midnight Wisps were banned from Harva National Park for racing through it a lot. Well, like
yeah.
Shortly after the addendum came out, and so I got to read that, and like their captain actually got them unbanned from the park and and it became their official training ground, and it actually got renamed to, I believe it was, what was it called? I can't remember the name.
Waspy Forest. I don't know.
Was it what Halar? Like I'm sorry, I'm completely blanking. I forgot what Halar
Midnight
was
Hollow.
renamed to. Midnight Hollow. Yes, that's it. And like that's a nice little narrative there, like their redemption and like the community accepting him. I like that. But then there's also this thing I really love too is like how they're almost becoming like mentor figures for the next generation in their own world, because like they hosted their own tournament called what was it? It was the I can't shoot, I'm blanking. The Midnight Melee. And it involves some of like the Halloween teams, which is cool, but also a bunch of new teams that never existed before. And it's like, I love stuff like this, like expanding the world, giving more, like adding more to their universe, like people who are they're fans of them, that are inspired by them, and like how they are inspiring the next generation. Almost kind of like how, big athletes, but once they retire, they become coaches and mentors for the next generation.
It works with logic of what we expect from retired or older sports veterans. This is the kind of stuff, by the way, that if I am the video game for Marble League, which, by the way, still needs to be a lot better, this is what they need to jump on. They need to be aware of this stuff. This is where the game can grow, because the game only works long-term if they build that lore world that's being written about. That keeps all the inner community members involved because they know about the lore, and that builds a world and a story for people who are just new to the game or don't even know what Marble Sports is, because they're like, oh, cool, Midnight Melee, I'm going to go race there, and it has this Dark Hollow theme. And then, or Fruit Circuit, I'm going to go race there, it has this fruity fruit theme. I don't know. So, I mean, like, that's where you build story, and that's what the video game needs to do. And, I mean, needs to more primarily definitely be a skill-based game, but discussion for another day.
I mean, I agree with that. That's definitely a huge. I forgot the word that this describes. It's opportunity. It's a huge opportunity to expand the world and also make the game more unique. But I also can understand, like, just sticking with what dissonance. I can also understand.
Dissonance.
You better write it.
Dissonance. Let's snowball into the next segment.
Oh my gosh.
I'm bringing them all back. Can we savage speed to the end of the episode? Rick O'Shea? Ricochet? Rick O'Shea? M&H Racing? Shot Ricochet? Get it? Because, like, Rick O'Shea, and then you ricocheting, like marbles ricochet off the walls?
Sweet Lord Almighty.
Come on, man. All right, finish what you're saying, and then I'll yell at a do, and then we'll get out of here.
I was just going to say that I understand them not doing something more ambitious at this time, because Marble League is what people know, and it's a nice testing ground before you start branching out into more crazy things. And plus, I don't think they would have had the budget to come up with more unique things anyway. They just had to stick with what was tested and what was known. So But maybe for a future game or update or something, they could do your idea, Brendan, of expanding the world and involving those lore stuff.
Well, I'm telling you, that's I'm hoping they do that on one hand, and then just if I'm coming straight honesty, that is what they need to do, what they have to do if they want that game to last more than 10 minutes on the interest of the world. Because you need to build a world that has not yet been built, and you need to create an interest that has not yet been filled in order to make that game an actual game worth playing. If you don't do that, no one will care about the game past the first time playing because it's new.
True, and to kind of to speak to your point about that, the update for the full season with all the events going through the whole basically the whole campaign is out for weeks now. I still haven't played it. I just because I part of it's time, but also I just haven't felt the desire to go do it. Even though it gets us a lot of views on our YouTube channel, I haven't just found the motivation to do it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. They gotta hook you in more. To address what Edu said, he says TBH Fubeca could be that second relevant channel. I had some national media recognition, but the poor decisions, the bad impression they left on the community, and the not as inspiring content hold them back. I don't know what JM just said, but I'll address that in a second. I think that, well, listen, I guess you're right in what you say, but I think that what you're saying describes what Fubeca is. What you're saying is Fubeca has to be the exact opposite of what they are in order to be relevant. But that really that's like a comment you could say about any channel, basically. I mean, that's not super huge. I mean, Fubeca, the guy who runs the channel, is built on the idea of he doesn't have any interest in building a world around his channel. He only has interest in, people like to watch the little marbles race down the little track because it's interesting for 5 minutes. Commentary. Oh, yeah, sure. Bring that along because that might make people more interested for an extra video. I mean, it's not I want to build this world where there's these teams, because he doesn't do it. When I spent days and weeks planning some useful improvements to really kind of help him build a world on this channel that would last year after year, and he just was not interested. And I just don't think he'll ever be there because he just doesn't care, and it's for money for him, and which is never a good reason to make a channel. But yeah, it's not. There's passion, but it's not the kind of passion that JMR has to build a new thing around marble sports. More just to kind of race the marbles, right? And people like to watch the race the marbles, whatever.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just that's not it's.
Yes, but once you add that to how Fubeca acted during the whole drama between the two channels, if you add that to when he put the hand in the video, if you add that to how much he paid me during commentary, plus when I also edited a video for him and commentary per week, and how much he just kind of didn't listen to me or the committee that he had, trying to urge him in a more solid direction. I mean, just the attitude I just didn't like.
Sure.
There was too much going on. JM says, I think they missed out on a marketing deal licensing MSW out as a children's TV show over quarantine after the burst popularity. Put the captains of each team as personalities.
I'm pretty sure you meant JMR, not MSW, and that threw me for a loop. It was this is not a kid's show.
This is no. Whoops.
Can you imagine that, Brendan? Especially one of your one of our more recent episodes. I remember you cursed 8 times or something on the
4
episode.
or 5. Listen, I love marbles. All right, I fucking love marbles. Okay, listen. Sorry, I've been better about that though. It's really every once in a while I'll curse a bunch, but usually the episodes are 1 per episode, 2 maybe if I'm extra excited about limers. Imagine the podcast airing on Disney Junior or PBS Kids.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, what a world that would be. Wow.
PBS Kids. Okay. But that's going to do it for the show. We actually did crest an hour easily. 44 plus 25, because there's a little minute that I had to go do something, so it's down a few minutes. Yeah, we're over. We're a little shorter than usual, but we're still fine. With the news in the air, it'll be same episode. And we'll have to take us out. I'm saying bye. Bye.
All right, everybody. Roll on, Marble sports fans.